Jackson on first down. He'll buy some time right. And his first look is incomplete. He was looking for Mark Ingram there, but it's going to be second down.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield, tried to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson to throw again. Flushed out right. And now he's going to use his legs. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. An early test. 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. Here we go on 4th down with Jackson, escaping the pressure right. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally down at the 36-yard line. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 36. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Jackson eluding the pressure right. He'll try and run it. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him. And he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
They'll run here with Ingram. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. They're mounting a nice drive here. Good chunk of yardage there again. O-line, they've been solid this drive.
They have that look about them right now that says, if you do anything but run the ball behind us, you're crazy. They have really moved it well on this drive, and they want to finish it off the same way.
On 2nd and goal, Jackson forced out to his left, and he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Mayfield's going to lead the Browns up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's Mayfield. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it was real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he had been able to hold that one in.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. Play fake. Mayfield. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. He finds his target, Beckham. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Beckham, 26 yards, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. After one, a one-point game, 7-6. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
And that's what he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. To throw again, Jackson. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. With that matchup, the adjustment that was made, you have a blazing guy on a blazing guy, and defensively, he won that battle.
The closing speed is the key. When you have a guy that fast and he can close at the end of the play and knock it away, that's a big deal. We just saw him do it right there.
Flush to his right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off at the 48, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Following the interception, Mayfield. It's caught. Beckham. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A well-executed 22-yard gain. On 1st and 10, Mayfield flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Mayfield to throw it. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well. And he didn't get that done on that play.
Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. Well, they'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. So what a turnaround there. A roughing call on the field goal try leads to 1st and goal. Chubb on the counter. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Throwing, Mayfield. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get the ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks for those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead is up to 8. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This will be taken in at the 1. And they're going to have very poor field position as he's out of bounds at his 7-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful not being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Don't want to tackle. See how they attack them here. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coaches. 2 minutes.
And now look at this. Big game, but a fumble.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from it. In this case, though, the teammate's able to come up with the ball.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it.
See if I can get this touchdown.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Mayfield looks to throw, being chased out left. It's caught by OBJ.
All the way.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Same play over and over and over.
Into a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Browns are able to strike quickly for 6. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson escaping the pressure right. And nothing but daylight ahead. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson, 77 yards. As they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score.
Well, if the plan is to come in here and go toe-to-toe with these guys, it certainly does not hurt if you hit them with a big shout along the way, too.
That's got to give them some confidence. And the other thing right now, it quiets this crowd, at least for the time being.
Yeah, that is what is called the intended consequence of their actions.
Jackson now. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as those guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
If you got the lead, it's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
A very solid gain of 27. Mayfield. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Mayfield on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. He was trying to go back to Beckham there. And it's second down. An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25. Mayfield with it once more. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Onwuasor. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
And how about this line out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'm guaranteed he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it second and 4. The last run got 6, now second and 4. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Mayfield from the gun on third down. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice conclusion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now here's a pass on first down. It's knocked away and incomplete. Defensively, that's Earl Thomas, the all-pro safety, knocking it free.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down? The offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Mayfield finding Beckham. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, 39 yards. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the 42 of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
This one's fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Jackson from the shotgun. He's going to find his tight end Boyle. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. They'll throw on first down with Jackson, eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Credit the sack to the always disruptive Olivier Vernon. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town at second and a country mile. Here's Jackson. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Nick Boyle that time. Third down here. And Charles got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Here's Jackson on third and long. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. In for the sack, Myles Garrett. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. Flush to his right. And this is incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just started in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
They run it again with Chubb. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And he slings one that's incomplete. They've got this big lead. They said, forget one. We want two. Instead, they got zero.
Unbelievable that he even attempted from the 15-yard line. What are they thinking? I do know this. When you fake one in this situation with that type of a lead, especially from the 15-yard line, oh, boy. I tell you what, meeting them again somewhere down the line, they'll remember this. Yeah, they'll think that they were trying to cloud them a little bit. In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever is in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
Ingram again, a first down carry. And a result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. And we're back now here in Cleveland. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now it's Jackson dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But it looked like a Raven was able to get in there, and they will indeed keep the possession. It was third and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 49-yard line. Here's Jackson to throw. Flushed it, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Myles Garrett able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson escaping the pressure right. And the pressure gets to him again. Joe Schobert, he's the one that drops in this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here, back-to-back sacks. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
He's cracked. He's changed crack.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the gun, it's Jackson. It's complete to Snead. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. Here's Sam Cook now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game. And look at this. It's a fake.
Yeah, I'm not done.
Oh, but this is going to backfire as it's intercepted. It's T.J. Carey who picked it. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent. And now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
On 1st down, Chubb going to get forward for only about a couple. 2nd and 8 forthcoming. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And no luck at all to start this drive as they're going to drop him behind the line for a 2nd straight play. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they're going to have a 3rd down. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he's stopped up short of the 1st as they tackle him down at about the 36. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Running for it. Here's Chubb. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the 1st. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Nick Chubb stopped short. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? You don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now it's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. 4th down, here's Jackson. And he's got Snead. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 12 yards to pick up there, good for a Raven first. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Flush to his right. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Jackson going to throw again. He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. One last shot for Jackson. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete.
This is on YouTube if you'd like to see it. Live broadcast.
On this football game. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about thought at all that would be their last points of the game.
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Browns, and they're happy in the dog pound as we say so long from Cleveland.